Hello, everyone. I am Father Frederick Edlefsen, pastor of Our Lady of Lourdes Catholic Church in Arlington, Virginia. Welcome to the month of July. Many people think of July as the month of Independence Day, when we celebrate with picnics and fireworks and have vacations throughout that summer month. However, for us in the Catholic faith, July is a great time rich in feasts and celebrations of saints. For example, on July 11th, we celebrate the feast of Saint Benedict. Saint Benedict founded the Benedictine monks way back in ancient times, and the opening line of his rule says, "Listen, my son, to your master's instructions, and incline unto them with the ear of your heart." Saint Benedict taught us to pray with the ear of the heart, that is, to listen to the whisper and the breath of the Holy Spirit through purifying our hearts, our minds, through charity and penance, but also disciplining ourselves so that we're open to the movements of God's grace. He taught the whole Western world how to pray. Also, on July 15th, we celebrate St. Bonaventure, a great San Franciscan theologian and mystic. He also said that we need to sort of silence the mind, to quiet the mind, and let the wellings of God's grace and intimacy with Jesus rise to the surface so that we come to be intimate with him. He taught us the great art of mystical prayer. On July 16th, we celebrate the feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel. As you may know, that Mount Carmel was the place where Elijah defended the faith of Israel and called Israel back to that purity of faith. In the 12th century, hermits moved out to that mountain to contemplate and talk to God, much in the way that St. Benedict and St. Bonaventure taught us. And that was the beginning of what was known as the Carmelite monastics, or monks and sisters. On July 22nd, we celebrate the feast of the great Saint Mary Magdalene. This feast was elevated to a higher level in the Church's calendar by Pope Francis. As you know, she was a penitent, converted by Christ. She loved him and followed him. She was with him when he died on the cross, and she was one of the first to see the empty tomb when on Easter Sunday, that morning after he rose. On July 26th, we celebrate the feast of Saints Joachim and Anne. They are the parents of Mary, and what a wonderful thing to have them contemplate their daughter as they raise her as a young girl, for she was pure, she was innocent, and she surely was destined to be the mother of the Messiah, as foretold by the prophets and Moses. And also on July 29th, we celebrate the feast of St. Martha. She was the friend of Jesus, along with her siblings, Lazarus and Mary. As we know that she was present there when Jesus raised Lazarus, her brother, from the dead. And finally, on July 31st, we celebrate the feast of St. Ignatius of Loyola, the founder of the Jesuits. We know that he founded the largest missionary order in the world. The missionary impulses of St. Ignatius teach us all that our confirmation, the grace of our confirmation, which builds on our baptism, makes us all missionaries to the world in which we live in. St. Ignatius sanctifies the secular and makes all things holy by what he teaches us. He also teaches us how to pray and meditate, as did St. Benedict, St. Bonaventure, and all the great saints. So in July, let us not only be vacationers, but let us be mystics. Let us silence the mind so that our heart can speak to God.